Oh, shit.
Hello and welcome. Hi guys. Hello. Hi. How's it going? Warped's here.
I'm back.
Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BRG podcast. Wow.
¿Qué pasó?
Me, I'm a little bit tired. I'm gonna admit I'm a little tired. Today was my day off, but I had like errands to run all day long, half across the city, half the other, and then all the way back. Then and I made this amazing whole chicken in a pressure cooker. So good. Like the whole chicken, and then I took it out and then I put it in the oven and broiled it, and it was excellent. Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, now I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. Thanks a lot, asshole.
No problem. Anytime. I still have some left over. You want?
I literally got home and from work, and that's about an hour and 15 drive to get home from work.
Oh wow!
And scrambled together a place to sit and set up. Have all things in back here, and you can't really see it, but back there is Frankie the turtle.
Oh, cool.
I'm actually in a new spot now, so I talked about it before. I was leading the nomad life and being all mobile, but yeah, now I'm landed in a bricks and sticks home, so I'm actually no longer nomadic. So
right on. Well, congrats. That's
but hey, man, sorry I was out last week, family and all,
all
family
good
first.
No, man, I get it.
But goddamn, you and
Nacho filled in for you, and it was good. It was a fun show.
It was a great show. I'm happy I had a chance to listen to it when I was working today.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
It was very good. If you guys haven't seen that episode, make sure you go back and watch the episode because it's totally worth it. These guys get into it pretty hot and heavy. And I'm going to tell you guys right up front here, when it comes to gaming, it's all about Kirrok, especially Nacho. These guys have their head deep right into the ass of gaming. I myself am more of a tech nerd nowadays. I love the game, but I just don't have the time for it hardly ever. So when I start to geek out about news, it's all about the tech news.
Tech news is good. I like tech.
Tech news is good for some people. And we did say from the get-go, many moons ago, we're all about gaming, technology, and media. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or something like that. Not so much on the media. Well, you guys did cover the reboot of
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, yeah.
I have a special place for that show in my heart. Sorry, go ahead.
I swear to God, I would have to go back and watch episodes, but I swear to you, I could have sworn you brought up that as a news bite back before
I think we did talk about it. I just don't remember for sure. Like,
I swear to God, man. I'm like, you brought it up in the thing. I'm like, am I watching an old episode here? Wait, hold on. When is this going to come out? Talk about old news coming around. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. I actually finally last night placed my order for my Steam Deck. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It just it just shows in my purchase history that I paid for it.
Why'd you get so late?
The email came like not yesterday, but the day before, and because no one's around the house.
On the waiting list.
Yeah, so no one's. And the thing is I half an hour after they opened up pre-orders, I scored it. And they pushed me back because I was slated for first quarter, not second quarter of this year. And anyways,
Canadian.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, I did pay for it. Nothing. I got no email saying thanks for purchasing it. I got nothing. That's all I can see is my purchase history that I paid for it, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait for an email.
You mean your credit card? You see the charge?
I see it in the purchase history on Steam. I didn't even check the credit card yet. Oh no, actually I did. No, it is there. But I am
Yeah, to make
normally.
sure. Make sure you actually paid for it. You
Oh,
didn't screw up in the.
I would do it right now, live.
Screw it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live right now.
Well, you hit purchase.
No, I
And then your
paid
internet
for
went
it.
out again.
Yeah. Oh God, I would be so upset. No, Steam purchase. There it is. Guess how many Canadian dollars it is?
How many Canadian kopecks is it, Kirok?
This is not counting the $5 down Canadian that I put to hold it. Okay, to hold my spot in line to have the privilege to purchase it.
How much was that again?
$5 Canadian.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
Yeah, that's not nothing. But
that's barely a pence here.
So I ended up paying $917 Canadian. I got the high end one. I got the 512 gig.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna get this, man, you gotta go whole hog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I was pre-ordering, I was like, go big or go home. So I pre-ordered it. Yeah. So I pre-ordered it, and then I got the email, and I was like, so I'm having it shipped to my uncle's address because there's no one around the house now. So I'm gonna. I just don't know because nothing's come through saying you're gonna get it at this day on this day or nothing. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I can't wait. I'll do an unboxing.
Yeah, you will. Wait, hold on. Are you actually gonna unbox it, or are you gonna buy two so you can have one left in the box?
I'm gonna unbox.
Or do you want to grab like three so you have one in the bathroom and then one at your desk and then maybe one in the living room?
No, I will actually unbox it. Yes, I will actually unbox it.
I'm gonna make you rip open every single last little bag just so that I can say you actually opened it. You're horrible, man. I don't know. I get excited about unboxings. Like, I don't know. And now I'm a little bit tainted after that last unboxing.
It was a not unboxed unboxing. Come on.
Uh-huh. Still a tease.
All right.
Still a tease, my friend. Anyways, lots been going on this past week, and I'm kind of itching to talk a little bit about it.
Let's move into the news. This week though, we're just gonna talk about the news. That's it. We don't really have a main
going
topic.
on.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on in the news, a lot going on in life.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I know.
Ubisoft Plus. Oh,
good lord.
This is Ubisoft Plus is coming to the new PlayStation Plus service. So is that what they finally called it? Yeah. So I don't know if you're aware, but after Game Pass has been pretty successful, the PlayStation Network or the PlayStation Plus service is getting revamped in a few weeks. Actually, I think it's like June 13 or something like that. I could be wrong about the date. Is getting revamped, and they're introducing a Game Pass like service, but three different tiers. But that's not the point of this story. The point of this story from IGN is that Ubisoft has the Ubisoft Plus service bundled into the PlayStation Plus service. So, oh kitty, hey, little kitty. So Game Pass, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Game Pass on Microsoft has built into it EA Play.
Okay.
So Ubisoft Plus has announced a game-like service called Ubisoft Plus coming to PlayStation's new service, and it'll be available. Yeah, it is June 13. I do have notes about it in the Americas, so North America, South America. It's basically I'm gonna read a little bit off of what the site says itself. But it's basically going to have curated section of popular games. So a curated section of popular games. To start, they're going to have about 27 games available at launch, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Division, and For Honor. Some of the other games in this new revamped version of the PlayStation Plus will be South Park, The Fractured Butthole, Child of Light, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Blood Dragon, what else? The Crew 2, Trials Rising, Watch Dogs, and Werewolves Within. So
a lot.
Yeah, so it's good. It's kind of nice. I'm happy with this in that they are doing something that is similar to what Game Pass is. In other words, offering something that allows you to go in and play games a la carte, I guess you could say, kind of like a Netflix, right? What I'm not a fan of personally is the fact that Sony's doing this 3-tiered system, and you know, depending which tier you want to get, you get more as you go. Some of them, I think, depending on which tier you go, you get a whole bunch of the old games from PlayStation 1. You get a bunch of the old games from PlayStation 2 as well, as a part of your selection. If you don't really change anything or do anything, you automatically get converted over to the new service, to the plan that's most equivalent to one you currently have. So I already have the regular PlayStation Plus. It's probably just going to switch me over to their cheapest one. I don't even know what the costs are for the full, like the higher end one. I think it's a comparable to Microsoft's, which is like $200 Canadian a year, which I use, and it's actually super fantastic. And they have cloud gaming, which is way better.
You console people, you're so cute.
No, it's great. You know why? Because I can take my iPad to work, and on my lunch, all I do is bring out an Xbox controller, and I can play the same game I play on my Xbox. Literally continue the same game, provided the internet connection is stable.
So when you're not at home.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Sorry, inside joke, guys. KirrokCraft is having some complications.
Oh yeah, my internet's it's been dropping frames. Actually, today has been so far the best it has been in 3 weeks. I only have 284 drop frames. That's 0.5% of the stream. Usually it's 20% of the stream.
Oh, hey, we're doing good.
We're doing great. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hey, Kirrok.
Yeah.
You get good internet at home. You know you can get good internet?
Where? What?
Usually grocery stores.
No.
Actually, there's some interesting news on GeekWire. They're talking about a interesting new shopping cart. It's a smart shopping cart, if you will. And this one's kind of a tickle. And I had to bring this up just because it made me kind of giggle. But this is the VV smart shopping cart, and this is a partnership with the company VV that's rolling out the shopping cart, and actually partnered with Albertsons.
Okay.
And basically, what the shopping cart is, think of self checkout counters you have.
Yes, yeah, I used one today.
Yeah,
Hi, Lady M. Welcome.
Roll hello there. Roll that straight into your shopping cart, right?
Okay.
So now you've got the shopping cart that has a touch screen, has a rolling tally of the items you're throwing into your shopping cart, even has a scale so you can easily weigh your produce while you're shopping.
That's
and
awesome.
When all things are said and done, you just walk out of the store.
Did you get to keep the cart? I'm just kidding.
No. Man, this is gonna bring a whole new level of like tech savvy homeless to have shopping carts now. Oh, well, man,
that's pretty sweet. Like, I like that, because then you know exactly what you're going to spend before you even get to the cash register.
Oh yeah, you can put things in, pull things out. You can do all the usual stuff and whatnot. It is going to be, since I partner with Albertsons, it's going to be they're going to fold in the U loyalty program. So if you have the Albertsons loyalty card, that will be applied to it as well. Now, here's a little bit of a kicker to this. This is a little bit sad, but this is the kind of reality of things. But VV was founded in 2018 by I'm not gonna try to murder this poor guy's name, but an engineer who spent 20 years at Amazon.
Oh wow, okay.
And he left Amazon and founded this company and has a smart car in 2018. And then in 2020, do you know what Amazon came out with?
The one that you walk in. I remember seeing it. You walk in and walk out. No cart, no nothing.
Well, yes. But this case, what they came out with in 2020 was the Dash Cart, which is a completely fancy pants, camera sensor enabled automatic shopping cart that can tally your totals and weigh your produce and show a little screen on the handle, and you just walk out when you're done.
Okay.
It just doesn't end. All right, Rocky.
Yeah, Lady M said that is a seriously chill cat.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Rocky does not, in fact, have any bones because I'll be petting him and he'll just be like melting off of my arm.
Nice, nice. So this
Yeah,
is
there you go.
this shopping cart's just in Albertson, which is I've never heard of them. They're in the U.S., right?
They're
AG.
U.S. based
Yeah.
grocery chain. Yeah.
I would love to see something like this here.
I don't know. You Canadians.
Yeah, I know. And you get to smuggle stuff out of the store. You can't smuggle stuff out of the store.
You can't. That's the thing.
You can't
This
smuggle.
is the wonders of these systems is that it literally just takes care of everything for you. So,
Hi, Brigster. Hello, welcome. Sorry.
no problem. No, this is the great thing about this is okay. So here's a fun little to it. I'm a technology geek, and things like this always appeal to me because I like seeing technology being utilized for good. This is a very minor good, mind you, but nevertheless, I do like this. This is cool shit.
It is
man.
cool. I'm totally on board.
But here's the thing. I just in this past year, I've actually started downloading like apps on my phone for like ordering ahead to different restaurants, from fast food to Starbucks to whatever. I've always been like very anti that. I go in, I talk to the barista or the person at the cash register, make my order, do whatever. I'm a little social butterfly, so talking with has always been a thing. So I never really understood the concept of apps. I've started using the apps a little bit because for time and efficiency, it's nice to be able to get in there, have the stuff waiting for me, and get out.
Right.
But here's what I've been kind of enlightened to. The wonderful, beautiful other half of my life is very much the opposite of me. I am very, very extrovert. I'm very, very outgoing, very social butterfly. She's on the other end of the spectrum. And the really neat thing about things like these shopping carts and these apps is these are so convenient for people who don't want to have a lot of excess interaction and don't need to have
that
excess
makes sense.
interaction.
Yeah,
it's really, really nice, and this just makes their life even more convenient and easy. Especially you go in, and this is that anybody can enjoy. You go into a grocery store, it's like, okay, I'm off work at the same time everybody else is off work. I'm gonna run by the grocery store real quick, grab a few things, and head home. And you run up to the front and you see the line just snaking down every single aisle for every single cash register. They always have like 20 cash register slots and 3 of them are open.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, not a thing. You go to an Albertsons is participating in this, you load your shopping cart up, you wave at them, and you walk out. You're done.
That's amazing.
Right?
I love it.
You can't get used to that.
Yeah, exactly. Travis is in chat, eh? A wild Trav appears. Travis.
A wild Trav appears. Oh my god! Do I need to flip my my camera upside down for you, Trav, so you can see us the right way around?
So I was asking about the smuggling thing because if you can't smuggle things here, well, No Man's Sky allows you to do some smuggling. Oh yeah. No Man's Sky will be releasing an update. Actually, I'm not even 100% sure if this thing is out yet. Didn't say it, but it's called the Outlaws update, and it basically makes you into a smuggler.
Really?
It's pretty sick. I'm actually surprised at how well this game has been doing over the years, in the sense that it had such a really bad rocky start.
It was the poster child. If you looked up like botched releases in the dictionary, it was a picture of No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah, for sure. But over the years, they have the Hello Games, the developer Hello Games have been updating it constantly, adding a whole bunch of new stuff, and now people play this game and they say it's actually a pretty decent game. And I have it. I should really go back to it. But this game, not this game, but this update, the Outlaws update, turns you into a sneaky black market goods smuggler. It's important to note that the new update does not prevent you, the player, from the game as a peaceful galaxy hopper. So you can still play it the way it was originally released, where if you like to collect, artifacts, collect more lore, explore, go planet from planet to planet, you can still do that. You can still play it, discover new lands, discover new creatures. but includes now a whole thing where you can like actually plan out delivery routes from planet to planet or station to station. You can carry illegal supplies across vast distances. And you kind of have to try and figure out how not to get scanned by the Sentinels, um, basically the law enforcement of that
Okay.
sector. And then if you're caught, you can go so far as to get into a dogfight, fight them off or try to fight them off. But usually there's a ton of them compared to just you. Or you could even do stuff like pay a bribe to get away or get out, or even give up some of your cargo, which is kind of cool. It adds, I think it adds an element of action to the game that wasn't there before. So some people who may not have liked, or when they watched other people play it, say on Twitch, and may not have liked the slow moving nature of the game, now there's something that they can do on the side that's fun, fast, furious.
So for all you inventory managers out there,
yeah, really, eh?
That's fantastic. I mean, honestly,
it's pretty cool.
Any game that incorporates the idea of being sneaky and learning about the wonderful concept of slippage in inventory.
It's I think it's actually out if I'm not mistaken, but this article was from Polygon, and Polygon, the guy who was reviewing it or played it and tried it and had fun playing it, says overall it feels fun, but the update feels a little bit unfinished. But whatever. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's another reason for me to go back and fire this game up again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I got the game when it first came out, and I played it, and I don't know if I go back if it will like wipe all my progress and just start me at the beginning already, or if I can pick up right where I left off.
Do you have like a save file?
It should be cloud saved, like so. It
should be. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
There is no cloud. It's just somebody else's computer.
What? You mean every time I tell people it's up on the cloud, I'm wrong? I always point up. I go, it's up on the cloud.
It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud.
All that precipitation.
Ooh, is that data leakage?
Yeah.
So close.
So close. Yeah, I've had data leakage on my cell phone, and then I wake up in the morning and it's all over the along the side of the dresser and on the floor. It leaked everywhere. The data.
Kirroc?
Yeah. What?
That's an offline conversation.
Oh God. Data. All right. I'm going to keep on going. PUBG Battlegrounds is earning a lot more money after going free to play. So PUBG
was it free to play?
No, I know. Well, I bought it. I bought it for PC back in the day. It was free to play on mobile all along. But on PC you would have to right, yeah. So back in January, the popular battle royale game PUBG was switched over to a free to play model. And apparently, after going, over to free to play, they've made a killing. They're making a lot more money. There's actually, according to the article from The Verge, there are. I'll go through the numbers here. It says on PC sales were up 61% year over year to 82.3 million. So, I mean, while the console increase was even bigger at 274% year over year. They don't show. I don't think they have a figure in terms of money how much that's worth. The game also saw a nearly triple increase on average monthly active users from Q4 2021. So in the first quarter of 2022, it basically quadrupled in terms of people playing. One of the things that upsets me is because I played it on iOS, on iPhone. And it's actually really good and really a lot of fun, and the graphics are nice. But I learned after a while it's mostly bots on there, and then they introduce bots in the actual game too. But when you join a server, you can join servers that have a certain percentage of bots or no bots. I'm not a fan of the idea of having bots, but that's just me.
Why would you put bots in?
Because I think it was dying off, and that's why they switched over to free to play to increase that volume of people, right? So it was dying off.
Fortnite kind of
Kind
curb
of.
stomped them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So, yeah, go ahead. You were gonna say?
Well, this is one of those things that I've seen other games do this before in the past. MMOs, EverQuest, things like that. And there's always that initial bump when they go free to play, and oftentimes it's a lot of people coming back to a game.
Right.
The thought process is, let's go back and check it out, see what's going on with it. It's been a while. They get the news. They get the news hype. They get they get in the headlines, and people want to go, okay, we'll check it out. This is a pretty big bump. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah.
That said, how long is it going to last? Is this going to be persistent? Are they going to be able to run with this? Do they have some other actions in place to keep the hype going? It's one thing to pour coal in the hype train, but you gotta get the load going and keep the momentum.
Keep it going.
So,
yeah.
What do you do from here?
Unless they start like doing, I think they have seasons too, but unless they start adding new stuff in there to keep the interest there, to keep the people attracted and stay there. I think you're right, because there were some streamers I used to watch who played this when it first came out religiously, and then eventually they got fed up and they stopped. And recently they're back playing it again, but not as much, and I think they've already stopped. You're 100% right. So PUBG was originally a paid title, as I mentioned before, and it spawned a whole slew of kind of copycat games, Fortnite being one, because Fortnite was a completely different game, and then when PUBG had this popularity, they kind of adopted the BR, Battle Royale type game. And then another one was Call of Duty Warzone. Another one that came out not too long after those was Apex Legends, which is still actually pretty popular. So they were saying that switching to free-to-play was an easy decision, and the popularity of PUBG Mobile, which is also free-to-play, probably helped, since it was downloaded free-to-play. Mobile was downloaded more than 1 billion times and earned 307 million revenue in the first quarter of 2022.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So, don't you remember when we reported on how Fortnite was switching over to a battle royale, and PUBG and Fortnite were kind of going at each other legally, I think it was?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about that, how they were saying, no, we're being copied, we're being,
Oh, they went after him with vigor.
Yeah.
And again, to be fair, Fortnite was not a battle royale game. It was
No, it was not.
It was like a zombie,
like a
builder survival game.
Yeah.
Just to say that they pivoted would be an understatement.
Mm-hmm. I hated how they did
full
that,
on
but
cartoon
they did that.
like U-turned.
Yeah. In fact, just recently in Fortnite, they dropped the building aspect of it. So now it's like a full-on no building, just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they dropped it.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people like that, and some people don't, because they believe that was the one element that kept it different from all the others.
Yeah, it kind of kept it unique.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess more power to them. Some people may like it, some people don't. I'll tell you something else people don't like, though.
What's
robocalls.
That? What? Oh, I hate these.
Oh, these are great.
Oh, man.
This is going to solve all our problems for us in America. For you in Canada, you're probably still screwed.
Tell me, because I got like 3 of those today.
Oh my God, I'm getting some of it's ridiculous. And I'm getting on my cell phone now, which is really irksome.
Yeah, on my cell.
Luckily, Google was smart enough to start filtering them out for me, which is really nice. However, that said, the FCC has voted in a last-ditch effort to go after where the so-called gateway providers. Now, this is a very complex thing, but first of all, I don't know how anybody could not understand what robocall is, but think of any automated call that comes through that basically says, we're trying to get in touch with you regarding your extended car's warranty, or you have an outstanding warrant, or anything like that. And they ask you to press 1, you get connected to some offshore farce that is trying to bilk you for anything you have. this is what they're trying to go after, and trying to go after the end caller that's calling in hasn't worked out. So they're trying to get these gateway providers. It's basically the interconnects
Right.
that connect them through here. And what it boils down to is this is the next step in a process that's been going on for a few years now. Actually, I think it started in 2019. Congress passed the Telephone Robocall Abuse Criminal Enforcement and Deterrence Act, which got it to trace. And basically, the idea of it was to do something about all these robocalls. I guess, the actual political people started getting too many robocalls, and they got annoyed enough to actually spin for us little people, which is really nice of them. But they're implementing what they're calling the stir and shake and technology, which basically it's a protocol that's going to ensure that calls traveling through the phone network. So remember, when you're calling, if I'm calling you, Kirok, I have, say, for example, AT&T for a carrier, and you've got whoever, Canadian Telecom. There's a lot of handoffs to get my phone call to you.
Right.
And to that end, if you have some intermediary provider, gateway providers, as them, they have to be able to hand off these calls. The kicker is, with this new technology, they're seeking to have some kind of legitimate way to sign that call, if you will, or have proof of validation through the carriers, so that your carrier can prove that my call is in fact coming from AT&T, from the Americas. It's actually where it says it's coming from.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys have gotten this up in Snowland, but down here, one of the most common things we get nowadays is it's an unknown number, but it comes from the same area code that our phone is in.
Yeah.
It's a spoofed phone number.
It's a spoofed number. Yeah,
legit.
we get that too. We get a phone call, and it is a robocall, and it basically has a number, and if you hang up and then call that number back, you get someone completely different. Like someone, and you're like, "Why'd you call?" And they're like, "I didn't call you."
This is going to hopefully start combating that. Now, this is a lofty goal. This is an ongoing issue. We all know if anybody has a telephone, whether it be a cell phone, a landline, or whatever, this has been an ongoing fight for years. And just like with anything else, it's a cat and mouse game. Hopefully, having these protocols put in place and having the carriers enforce so much. I think their target date is going to be something like June 30th of 2023, I think. They have these protocols in place. So whenever there's a handoff, there's a verification to ensure that the data is, in fact, legit, that the call is actually a real call. So this will help validate where these calls are coming from. And then from there, then it's going to be on the carriers to start monitoring and blacklisting numbers that are just spewing out this content constantly.
Gotcha.
I seriously want to believe that this is going to be the first volley of fire, if you will, that's going to end this war. I'm being optimistic here. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I'm really desperately hoping that maybe, just maybe, we'll finally get to a point where my phone's not ringing off the hook. Not because I'm popular and good looking, I might add, and modest. Very, very modest, just for the record. But also just because I'm not getting a bunch of invalid crap calls.
Yeah. Good. I hope it works. I hope they, because if they can do something, even if it's only in the US, it's gotta seep into, your neighbor up north. There has to be that technology that once it's proven and it does something right, people in Canada are going to demand that, and the carriers are going to have, or whoever, I don't know if it's the carriers, there's going to have to be some sort of action taken. So yeah,
maybe. We'll
so robocalls from Robocop. So actually, this is kind of cool, and this I brought it up mainly because this movie came out when I was a little kid, and this movie, Robocop's been done a few times. Robocop, the original, back from 80. What year was it in? Let me double check.
84? 86?
Something like that. 86. Yeah, I don't remember the exact year, but it is an amazing movie. I mean, it's not aged too well, but it holds up pretty good. It's a story of a cop in a futuristic world. Where you know
87.
87. Okay, thanks for checking. A WarpedJester, hi peeps. Oh, I am reading your chat in chat. So basically, if you guys don't know, in the movie, it's set in the future and it's about police officers and crime rates climbing and things getting worse. And then one cop gets killed. When he gets killed, dystopian. Thank you. When this cop gets killed, played by what's his name, is Alex Murphy. In the movie, it's the character's name is Alex Murphy, and he's a cop, and he gets killed, and they basically, because he's now officially dead, take his body and make him into a cyborg robot cop or police officer. So he's technically no longer him. But he is him. His brain is semi intact and has memories of his life, and that's where the beauty of the movie comes in.
Semi intact.
Semi intact, yes. He has memories of his previous life, and it kind of conflicts with his programming as a robot. But they bring him in as this new weapon to fight crime and so on. Well, he is showing up, or Robocop is showing up as a skin in Fortnite. Really, really cool. Now, this is not... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have to go lay Madcore on this. If I'm playing this skin and I kill somebody, if we're having a standoff, I have to say the line, dead or alive,
yes,
you're coming with me.
So here's the thing. I wrote it in there. I go, dead or alive, you're coming with me. That is the line. In fact, Lady M just said it in chat, dead or alive, you're coming with me. So that is his line. That's awesome. But this isn't the first of skins. I mean, Fortnite's been out for quite a while now, and there have been a multitude of different skins depending on, like, they've released seasons, and each season brings a bunch of new skins. Some of the skins that they brought around, and these are some of the more, like, I went through the whole list and I thought, oh, these look pretty cool. The Green Goblin's been a skin, Wolverine's been a skin, Spider-Man, Batman, and even John Wick, and the skin is known as the Reaper, which is pretty neat.
No kidding.
Yeah. So you can actually get the Robocop skin for 1,500 V-Bucks.
Oh,
whatever V-Bucks. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what V-Bucks are worth in real money. I'm actually quite shocked that people are still pumping real money into this game. Like this game, I never liked the game to begin with, but I mean, this proves that free-to-play and skins and stuff like this actually makes money and continues to make money. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. Recent additions to the game includes Assassin's Creed, Doctor Who, Naomi Osaka from the X-Men, and Terminator. Wow. Pretty cool.
Now, if you can make a skin and let me play as the oh god, what was it? The T. Help me out here, lady.
Oh, the T800, T
something like that,
or T1000. No, the T1000 was the liquid metal.
Terminator. Yeah, that was Terminator. No, yeah. I can't remember. It was whatever that. If I can play as that, hell yes, I will come play with you on Fortnite.
Oh goodness.
I swear to God, man, this is just playing right into our generation. It's like, hey, we know you spend money. We know you got jobs now and cash to burn. Here you go.
So, do you like this? They flash a little thing in front of your face.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Kirok.
Yo,
here's something for you. If you want to be able to play Fortnite or PUBG at this point, for free. But you want it to look better?
Yeah. I always want it to look better.
Well, luckily for you, AMD has released their FRS 2.0 software, and this is a little bit of a tickle. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritties here. I'm not going to get into all the details. You can look up the details about their FSR.
Oh, FSR. Yeah.
But the real kicker here is this is something that's supposed to make graphics look better. So it helps with managing things like upscaling and and frame duplication, etc. Help make things more efficient, and more importantly, making older cards run better. And this is where the real kicker jumps in on this, because this is AMD's little baby, and it works pretty well. Tom's Hardware did some tests, and on some older graphics cards, they were getting up to 25+% performance improvement using the 2.0. But here's the real kicker that I find really hilarious.
What's that?
It's not just AMD. They actually ran this alongside Intel's integrated graphics chip on a i7, and it improved it greatly as well.
No way. Okay. I'm actually running an AMD video card too.
Doesn't matter. Apparently, you can just go ahead and run whatever the hell you want. Run what you brung, and they'll make it work.
That's great. So what is this equivalent to on like the green team on NVIDIA?
I forget what the green is. DLSS?
DLSS. Maybe? Yeah, I see it in the article. DLSS.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, this is that kind of thought. Oh, are you done already? Not the cat. But yeah, it's one of those things of, I just find it kind of hilarious. So this is an open standard to try to improve the interaction, basically passing of bits back and forth, if you will, with hardware. So it shouldn't matter, but it's one of those funniest things of Intel's always had questionable integrated graphics chips, and don't get me wrong, they're integrated graphics chips. I don't expect much of them, but to have something come from AMD that just makes them work so much better, it's like, oh God, Intel, what the hell are you doing?
That's actually really cool. I like that, and that's just part of the update of their software that runs their cards, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm updated, and then I'll probably try running Cyberpunk again.
Uh-oh. Not gonna touch it. But does it play Crisis?
All right. This one's a cool one. This one isn't really video game related, but it does affect gamers and everything else internet. Biden administration launches a $45 billion plan to get the entire U.S. online by 2030. So it's
gonna fail spectacularly, but good on him for trying.
Yeah, good on him for trying. I don't know, man. Like there are I don't know what their plan is per se, how they intend to carry that out. But this is something of a side note, not in the article. This article is from Engadget, and that is, I thought that's what the whole point of SpaceX and Starlink was. Right, with them putting satellites up in space and giving any areas that can't have wires decent internet. But anyways, they basically are their goal is to bring fast and affordable broadband internet to all or everyone in the U.S. by 2030. I commend the idea to get everyone in the U.S. connected, but I find it appalling that the U.S. and Canada massively lag behind Europe. And I'm telling you, man, in Europe they have faster speeds, they have cheaper plans for everyone, and that's not just for internet; it's also for cell phone too.
Oh yeah, there are countries that have literally gigabit transfer speeds.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay, so I've been having trouble with the internet for like 3 weeks, and then finally, the internet goes down one day. 3 times at the house, but I was at work and it went down at work too. And then you look online and it's like a big area outage. And I contact them and they're like, yeah, we have an outage in your area. But like literally a week before that, I called them and they're like, no, nothing's wrong. Meanwhile, I can see it happening while I'm going live and streaming, right? They're like, no, nothing's wrong. And I'm paying an arm and a leg for the speeds I'm paying, and it's still nothing compared to something you can get in Europe and like different countries. That's just my little bit of a rant there. Sorry, guys.
No, you know what? It's completely legit. Here's the thing.
I'm paying like $115 a month for 1 gigabit.
And it's like $5 US.
And I don't get a gigabit.
Hey, you're paying for gigabit?
Yeah.
In America? Or in the Americas?
Yeah.
Come on, give me a break. Listen, I almost wish this was the main topic, just because there are so many holes to punch in this. And again, full disclosure, guys, I want this to happen. I truly do. Internet at this point is a fundamental right.
Yeah.
It is a necessity. You cannot function. You are at a disadvantage in this world if you do not have internet connectivity, and more so broadband or high speed internet connectivity. And there's the crux of the problem, because there are different terms that get thrown around: broadband, high speed, etc. And that's the problem, because here's okay.
It's okay. Let it out. Let it out, my friend.
Frog, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, without trying to blow my top, let's start off with Biden's plan by 2030 to fix this issue. Okay. First of all, any president puts a plan in place that goes beyond his term of time, good luck, because if the other team wins, they will nix that shit in a heartbeat, because anything that benefits the other side looking good, they're going to it. That's politics. I'm not going to go any further into it than that. So there's the first issue.
Good point.
Second issue, broadband. Kirok.
Yeah.
I'm President Biden. I say by 2030, everybody's going to have broadband to every single home in this country, no matter how podunk and far-flung it is. Okay?
Okay.
What am I guaranteeing for you? You are in the middle of absolute freaking nowhere, and I'm guaranteeing you broadband internet. What am I giving you? What am I guaranteeing you will have by 2030?
I have no idea. Like how? What do you just define it as? What speed?
Yes. What? There's the crux of it.
Yeah.
The
5 megabits.
The United States Federal Communications Commission has defined broadband as 25 megabits down and 3 up.
Which is not very fast at all.
That is barely double DSL.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember? Raise your hand if you remember DSL.
Oh, Lady M in chat just says, "Remember when we thought 56K modem was fast?"
So there's like the first crux on the technology side of things is our definition of what broadband is a freaking joke at this point. And again, you hobble people. So that's the first big hurdle there you have to deal with. The second is, normally the way we try to solve these problems is we throw a whole bunch of money at these carriers, these privatized carriers that run on capitalism, where the first rule of everything is make money, not spend it. So we're going to throw a bunch of money in their laps and say, here, make it happen. We did this before, and it failed spectacularly.
For internet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. There was a broadband initiative many years ago in America to get broadband, to get high-speed services to everybody, or at least a good chunk of the country. And it fell so short, it was a joke, because there were so many, there's some additional costs we ran into. Oh, there's some additional costs we ran into. Oh, there's some additional costs. And there's so many additional costs they ran into in trying to do this that all the money got soaked up and nothing was done.
Yeah.
So to that end, I hate to say this, guys, but this is a dead-on issue of, and again, hot button issue, a little bit out of our scope here, and I apologize, but capitalism. When you have systems set up where there's duopolies and monopolies for carriers, there is no incentive at all. And capitalism breeds into that. Anybody can say, well, anybody can start up a system. Yeah. We've had local municipalities try to start up high-speed internet for their local groups, for the people of their towns or counties, and have them shut down, not just shut down by the carriers who say, hey, this is going to be competition against us, but shut down so brutally that laws were enacted at the state level that hammered them so that they weren't allowed to ever try again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then these companies that sued them didn't even bother putting internet in there, high-speed internet in there. They just want to sue them out of existence so that they wouldn't have any competition if they decided to at some point.
Yeah.
So you've got all manner of issues. Now, that said, when you do have a group, I'll say a group that is willing to challenge these big entities, say like Google, for example, with Google Fiber, a lot of things happened. Most notable in Texas, Google Fiber came into Texas, and all of a sudden, AT&T, who just couldn't make gigabit work, couldn't make fiber work, all of a sudden started rolling out fiber all over the place around there. It was shocking how quickly that AT&T just figured out magically how to do it. So that could be an argument point for this. Is the plus side of capitalism, and you have a valid point. The problem is there's not many companies out there that have the money to do that, to challenge these carriers. And quite frankly, the few that do don't have much gumption to. Google had reasons to try to push because they are living on the internet. They want everybody to have internet. Now, that said, let's put down the negative wand. Let's pick up the positive wand for a moment here. There are possibilities to make this happen legitimately. And that is, with new technology comes new opportunities, and things like Starlink is
like I mentioned,
is a great way to make this happen, because with Starlink, like you said, there's no longer this huge overhead for infrastructure. You don't have to sit there and lay a bunch of cables or hang a bunch of wires across telephone poles and be fair, to get permission to lay wires across telephone poles.
That's true.
Bear in mind, those telephone poles are owned by the power company, and they give permission for the other companies to lay their wires on them. So you're avoiding a lot of issues and making this a lot more accessible. That said, there's a lot of infrastructure that does go into making Starlink happen. It's still very much a fledgling, trying to get all their satellites up there. There's a whole big discussion in the space science world around the concept and talk and idea about having so many small satellites circling our globe,
that's
causing a lot of interference for telescopes to see through. I mean, there's just like, and here's the real crux that kills me is, in America, I'm a carrier. I'm AT&T, I'm Verizon, whatever. I'm spending my dollars to stick wood in the ground, to hang wires from it, to build this infrastructure that only I can use. If you, Kirok, at Kirok Telecom, want to do your own system, you have to get the capital to put
sticks in
telephone
the ground,
poles in the ground to run this wire. And to be quite frank and honest, if I'm an established company that has an infrastructure set up in that area, what bank is going to be fool enough to back you, to give you the funding to lay all that line in the exact same place that somebody already has line laid down?
Right.
That becomes a huge problem. And so we get all these different carriers, different companies. Everybody knows this. Everybody looks at cell phones and look at their coverage maps. Ooh, where does AT&T cover? Where does Verizon cover? Where does Sprint cover? This is a problem because it's all privatized and they're all overlapping. If you had, say, God forbid, a standardized system that we could all build in together and all use, that means you just pool all of those, all that money and make a more robust system.
Yeah.
Now, again, capitalism, that doesn't work that way. Nobody, anytime we talk about a government-run or government-owned system, people have their little minds crash. But think about Starlink. Think about the literal hundreds of satellites that have to be put into low Earth orbit to cover the entire globe to give that internet coverage, right?
Yeah.
Remember, these satellites are not stationary. They're rotating around the Earth.
Oh, yeah.
And so you have to have a ring of them in every single location to ensure you always have coverage. Okay. Now, some other company wants to start the same kind of internet service. Now they got to put their satellites all up in space. Now you got 100 of their satellites twirling around the Earth. And then company number 3 wants to come on board. You see where this is going?
Oh yeah, it's a recipe for crowded skies, crowded orbits,
and disaster. Plenty.
Yeah, the more that's up there to keep track of, the harder it's going to be. And then what if one crashes into another?
It's going to be pandemonium. Yeah. Now, to be fair, again, this is just a fact of growing pains, if you will. This is what happens when we get new technology and try to expand it and so on. It's just the way it is. So It's unfortunate. It sucks, but it is what it is. What's the solution? I don't know. I know technology gets to get better. I know we're going to have more access to more things. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
I see $45 billion that
He's just gonna disappear.
if I were a betting man. So again, my apologies. Not trying to be negative, not trying to be salty.
Salty? Yeah, well, I don't know. I might say a little bit salty. Just
A little bit salty. You know, that's salty.
what's that?
Subterranean water, which could have revealed the world's largest lithium storage opportunities, which is a
Ooh.
great thing for things like lithium batteries because
Yes.
we have shortages all over the place, and it's causing a lot of issues. Now, for anybody who's in the know, lithium is a thing, especially for batteries. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are kind of the default architecture nowadays. I remember back in the old days of when alkaline batteries and
Fellow says,
nickel metal hydride batteries were a
I
thing.
remember those nickel metal
NiCads.
hydrides. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
NiCads. Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh my God. Your RC truck has NiCads? Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they used to have, man.
So lithium batteries are a thing now. The reason why lithium is such a big deal is because lithium yeah.
It's all right.
Lithium, I can't even speak tonight. Anyways, the lithium architecture we have, it is a high density, the highest density energy we can get out of a small form factor or any kind of form factor. So you can pack the most power into it, which is great because we can do things like having cell phones that can last a full day of use, or little things as small as earpods. You know, iPods are
little buds in your ears. They last
little earbuds.
6
They
8
have
hours.
little stubs. Yeah. And the batteries could be that small, but still have enough potential to run things for a while. So that's great. The downside to that is they do require a lot of rare earth minerals that are becoming more difficult to get, more costly to get, and more damaging to get. So the long story short on this is, at least with this situation, we found another source of or another means to pull lithium out of the ground that's going to be less impactful. It's not going to be putting a lot of caustic materials into the earth. It's not going to cause a lot of byproducts or issues like that. It's actually going to make it hopefully easier to pull lithium out, as well as make it more cost effective. So hopefully the cost of lithium will come down a little bit. Now, this is not going to solve all our problems by any stretch of imagination. Cobalt is still a particular mineral that's needed in this process, and that is largely controlled by China. There's also nickel. Nickel is an alternative. That's also getting very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are literally getting to a point, guys, where we're having issues with basic limitations of what the earth can cough up for us to make all the wonderful toys we have. Technology is always going to evolve. Things are always going to improve. Getting a little bit off this particular note, there is also a news article that came up about the lithium sulfide batteries, I believe it is.
Okay.
The sulfur phosphate based system. There's a breakthrough in that technology that makes that battery technology more functional, in that it doesn't destroy itself. Lithium sulfur phosphate, I can't remember the exact kind of thing, but they are batteries that worked okay. They didn't have quite the same energy density, but they're still way up there. The problem is cycling them caused dendrites, little fingers to build up off of it and short out. But a technology group accidentally came across a particular format or structure with carbon nanotubes that actually negates that.
Oh,
and if
cool.
they can, then they're at this point, it's a happy accident, and they're looking into it, going, "Oh crap! How do we do this? Can we replicate it?"
Yeah.
Very,
No,
very
that's
stable.
cool because that's what eventually kills your battery.
Yes, and this technology is far more accessible. It is far cheaper. Sulfur is a lot more accessible. So between this ability to pull out lithium at a more cost effective and less damaging potential and having that work through, we have the ability to hopefully create much more accessible battery technologies, which is really important right now because we really need it. This is the way of the future. I will say this though, guys, in closing of this, is this whole situation is exactly why we need to really work hard and be really, really, really responsible with recycling. Not just making sure you throw the cans in the recycling as opposed to the trash, but also making sure that you look into technology companies and have some thought towards the technologies that you pick up, making sure that they're actually companies that are being responsible with their e-waste after the fact.
Right.
It's really important because we can only pull so much stuff out of the ground only so fast, and at some point some of this is going to end up petering out. Our access to it will wane. So
cool. I like the battery. So as mentioned at the very start of the show, we didn't really have a main topic, but I'm glad like we went over all these in a little bit more of a fine detail, and it was actually really nice. I liked it. We had a chance to sink our teeth into each one of these.
Well, like I said, technology. We get on technology rant, and I'm going to go berserker here, so I apologize.
No, it's all good.
I bored the crap out of anybody.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All right. Yeah, you're a little salty. Zez is in chat. He goes, passes out the crackers, and then he shows the salt emoji. All right. So I think we're gonna wrap this one up, guys. Okay. Let me check something really quick. I'm a little tired tonight. But Warped, what's coming up with you? Or what's coming up for you?
Yeah, right now my life's a little upside down. Like I said, I just moved into brick and sticks. I'm kind of getting used to that. I've got a lot of new people in my life. So
it's good though. It's good.
It's good. This is a very happy thing, and I'm ecstatic. I'm always just kind of over the moon. But you know, there is anybody who's gotten into a new relationship knows that you know when you get into a relationship, it becomes all consuming, and it's been an absolute delight. It's wonderful. I just been head over heels for this wonderful person in my life, and I'm enjoying it. But it does. It kind of came at the most challenging time because we were just getting back on board with the podcast. And this is eating a lot of my time up. So that is a point of contention for me at the moment here. So I will be honest up front with you guys. I'm kind of pondering where my next steps are, how I'm going to fold this new avenue into my life, as well as what this means for the podcast in terms of what I'm going to do to fold it into my life. So there may be changes that come in. I don't know what they're going to be. I need to talk with Kirok about this and kind of figure out what we want to do. But luckily for you, Kirok is still out there. He's still doing the thing.
Yeah,
he's still doing the
I'm
gaming.
still streaming. I'm still streaming on my Twitch channel. I'm still I haven't posted anything on my YouTube for a little bit, but eventually I will. I do have some games that I plan to put up there.
I want to complain about that.
It's just the last few streams have been a little bit crappy because of my internet, the situation with my internet. So tonight's been the best it has been. My broadband internet. I'm gonna have to switch to Starlink or something. Yeah. So usually though, if I do cancel the stream, actually I've been thinking about taking a bit of a break from my Twitch channel. Mainly because I got a vacation coming up, and I'm finding it challenging to find the time to prep for that vacation, do the podcast as you were saying, and do all that together all at once. So I was thinking of just taking a break from my Twitch channel. I probably do that for about a month and then come back to it. But if I don't stream, I usually post it on my Discord or on my Twitter. The Discord is KirrokCraft. The Twitter is KirrokCraft. So either one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I just put up the website for Bottle Rocket Gaming.
I was gonna say, just to that end,
Yeah.
as always, guys, you know who we are, you know how we work. I really hope that we can make some of this. This was, when Kira got back into this, it was right off the hop. It was one of those. Let's see if we can do this again. Let's see where this can go. Let's play with it a little bit. Try to get our bearings. This is kind of a pilot, if you will. As you know, we've kind of been following the old format ish a little bit, but we got to figure out how things are going to go. So again, there will be talking afoot, but both Kirok and I actually have vacation coming up.
That's right. That's right.
There's going to be some unavoidable lag in our ability to be here on a Friday night and stream. But we're going to figure out what we're doing, how we're doing, and see if we can't figure out what the format's going to be, basically, and kind of get our feelings on where we want to go from here. I don't know what the future holds. We could do a complete reformat of this. We could do small changes, timeline changes. We could completely scrap this and have a whole new show. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is I love this jackass over here, and I want to keep doing stuff with him. So we'll figure something out and figure out how we're gonna keep the interestings coming once we get to that point. So hopefully next week we'll have something interesting for you. I don't know. And news is always kind of abstract, but we'll see, and then we'll let you guys know as soon as we know what the plans are for the future.
And as mentioned previously, I am recording this, so basically, if you miss this live, you'll be able to pick it up on YouTube, on the Bottle Rocket Gaming YouTube channel. All right, so yeah, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. It's been awesome, and we'll be seeing you shortly.
Or totally.
All right, guys. Bye for now.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, shit.